Okay, hello, happy Monday. I hope you guys are well. I'm like dropping everything. Okay, so pretend that didn't happen. So, happy Monday. I know this is weird that we're coming on live on Monday. Well, this is just because we have something new going on. Sorry, let me make sure I have everything situated beforehand so I'm not going on. Hey, girl. Okay, making sure the requests are on. I'm gonna add you on in just a minute, but I wanted to make sure everything was going situated and everything was good. But also, I want to say that in the hot seat is now your choice. So, oh, 1 second. Did I accidentally hit something? Okay. All right, so I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry if I accidentally sent your invite. I didn't mean to. Okay, so as I was trying to say, for in the hot seat, so as you know, we completely changed around in the hot seat. It's kind of sprung up just because one, we are trying something new with visibility reach and everything, and two, my schedule has been kind of all over the place. So I want to make sure I could have people come on. Hey y'all, people come in and make sure I still get all you guys. So yeah, so in the hot seat is still on Wednesdays on the website, but you can choose the day. Y'all, I'm all over the place. You can choose the day and time, and if you want to come on Instagram and Facebook, hey girl, hey y'all. So I'm gonna stop rambling so I can bring up our guest so she can talk, because I swear to God, I am all over the place. 1 sec. Are you able to send an invite? Because I don't think it is letting me add you on. 1 sec. Okay. I'm about to add you on, Sarah. Okay. Moment of truth is loading. It's loading. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay,
Is it Lowe's? Instagram, please do not mess with me tonight.
It's kind of taking a while for your screen to come up, but I don't know if you can see me.
If you did sign for in the hot seat, we did send out emails, but some people have not
Can you see
seen
me?
them, so please let me know. I have no idea what is going on with everything for the past week. It's so annoying. Okay. Don't do this to me, Instagram. 1 second, y'all. And then we'll get this show on the road. It's connecting. Okay. So, well, while we wait, anything new with you guys? Come on, Instagram. That's so weird. It just said that it can't let you on. 1 sec. I sent you another invite. Okay. Thank God. I was like, Lord Jesus, let's not do this tonight. How are you? Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Oh.
Okay, so enough of my mindless rambling. I tell them all the time, every time I come on live, I just ramble. I try not to do that. But I'm going to hand the microphone to you, and I'm going to try to shut my mouth. So you can just tell us your name, where you're at and what you do, and your little mini bio or whatever you want to tell us about yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, number one, for having me on. Hello, Instagram. My name is Sarah Carmele McGriff. I'm based out of Lake Wales, Florida. I'm a full-time nurse, but I'm also an author. And I wrote my first book that I just published out in 2020 called Mind Under Troubled Waters. Yay, I'm so excited. So basically, thank you so much. So basically, the book is about a black male teenage basketball player who suffers from mental illness. And he also deals with his brother who also suffers from autism. And so the conflict that my main character, Thomas, has in the book is wanting to be an NBA player, basketball player like his father, or going into getting an education and being a counselor to children with mental disabilities and needs. So he struggles with that. And the pressures of life just weighs in too much on him. He suffers from mental illness, from depression, which also stems from some family history that also goes on that, you know, his family has tried to suppress over the years. And he has tried to reach out to people to get help, but, you know, no one wants to help him. They just tell him to go pray about it, or, you know, just focus on basketball. So he turns to unconventional ways of dealing with, you know, his mental illness. And, you know, if you get the book, you'll see that. And so
you sure this ain't red
that's
light?
what he deals with. And I wanted to,
I'm sorry.
thank you. Thank you. And it's a lot. I wanted to focus on this because as a nurse and, you know, as a Black mother, I see in our community that mental illness is still a stigma. Like, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to address it. We think it's something that doesn't exist. We tell our people, you know, just pray about it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with prayer.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, but, you know, you also need to, you need to seek help. Because when you suppress these emotions and you can't cope with it and you don't get the treatment that you need, you end up walking around a ticking time bomb on eggshells. And the minute somebody snaps, you know, you deal with it in a way that you should not be dealing with it. Then it's just I just want to break that stigma in our community. It is very imperative that we do that because we are suffering.
Yeah.
We there are some stigmas within our community, and I'm just so thankful to God for placing this issue on my heart to speak out about it. And my motivation for writing this book is actually having a patient, a young male Black patient who wanted to, he actually tried to commit suicide. Because at 29 years old, he was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, and he did not know how to handle that. And, you know, the doctors pretty much ignored his symptoms. He said his family members just didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want to seek any help. And he didn't know which direction to turn to. So he, you know, he just thought the other way out, the easy way, what he thought was the easy way out, and was to try to commit suicide. And I think as community, we really need to reach out to our members, especially teenagers. They have so many hormones going on. They're dealing with so much peer pressure. You just don't know what's going on inside of the household.
Right.
That they may be fine at school, but at home they may be suffering. And I also talk about, you know, other things in my book, you know, incest, rape that goes on in our community that we try to cover up, or we just, oh yeah, it's deep. It's really deep. Because these are the issues that that are in Thomas's family's background that they have suppressed, that he didn't find out until, you know, the end. But when you read the book, you will definitely see, you know, it's a fictional book, but it definitely covers everything that goes on within the Black community that needs to be addressed. Yes.
I was reading someone comment, like, if you can't pray it away, then you're just not right with God. Yeah. Pretty much it's like you're seen as like why can't you like just cope with it? Like, God has it, like give it to him. Like, which I agree to an extent. Like, I mean, you still gotta put some work into it as well. Like, you can't just pray everything away. So yeah, I agree with that. But
everything away, yeah.
It's like, ooh, this book. I have two young boys. Like, my boys are 7 and 2. And like, even now, like, I try to tell them, like, okay, like, it's okay. Like, you can be emotional. You can say this. You can be upset. And like, I go to therapy myself. So like, I try to bring in what I learned in therapy to like them. Like, there's this part thing, like the feelings wheel. Like, I just found super amazing because I have trouble.
It's so sad because, and I think it just stems back. Yeah, it stems back from, unfortunately, slavery. Like, we were taught to suppress our feelings, especially when we're seeing our men being, you know, maimed or sodomized or raping. And, you know, with the Black men, we're seeing the slave masters raping our women. Like, we were taught to suppress our feelings. Otherwise, they would get punished from that. So I think it's definitely a generational type thing, but it's time to break those generational
Right.
curses. Like we're just seeing, like if we express our emotions, we're seeing it as aggressive, or we're just we have attitudes, or we just we just can't deal with our emotions the way that society deems that we should deal with our emotions. And we have to seek help. And it's also imperative that healthcare members of the community that are not like us, that don't look like us, be able to recognize and or reach out to us. It's just so unfair that we get stereotyped and that we are put are placed on the back burner, like we don't need help. I've seen it too many times where doctors are like, oh, she's just faking this person is just faking their symptoms, there's nothing wrong with them. I've seen it too many times as a nurse, and it really disappoints me because they're not culturally competent as far as the African American community and what they need. So,
Right, I was about to
and what
say
we
that's
need.
my personal experience. Like with childbirth, like I shared my story. Like my firstborn, like if my husband was in the room, like I would have died. Like they were just like I kept telling them, like they just blew me off like completely. So I was just like, oh, like
Yeah.
you're fine. So like even with the mental aspect, I couldn't even imagine. I didn't even want to like talk to anybody after that, like dealing with that. Like I was stressed out. My son being in the NICU and stuff, and then to have to go through that myself. So like after that all went through, like I just put my focus in other places, which honestly did not help out, and which spiraled to other things. That's like
Yeah.
another story for another day. But yeah, it's terrible. I've heard stories prior, but like
It
I
is
didn't know how like actually living through it. It was it was a mess actually living through that.
It is. And as a nurse, when you see other doctors and especially other nurses just dismissing, minority patients and their symptoms, it's just, it's horrible. And, I just get so angry about it because they don't know and they don't care to try to find out or to try to be an advocate for their patient, because that's what they're in the health field for, to take care of it and be an advocate for the patient. So it's very important that they're educated also regarding that. And I mean, as a community, we just deal with so much already to begin with racism and lack of education, lack of resources, socioeconomic issues, and to have someone come and tell us, oh, you're just drug seeking, which I've heard a lot from doctors and nurses, or you just there's nothing wrong with you, just go away. And it's not how to deal with a person who is truly suffering on the inside. And it's just important to check on your loved one, especially the ones who you think are strong, because those are the ones who, I mean, the strongest ones are the ones that are suffering the most.
Right, exactly.
And I've seen that. Yeah,
okay.
I've seen it myself. It's mind blowing, but it's definitely time to bring this issue to light and to reach out and just tell somebody, talk to somebody, get those resources together so that we as community can heal and help each other.
Right. I just want to bring it back to the book because I feel like that is such an amazing topic, like the book itself. Like, I don't hear anybody really hit on that. So first of all, I know we got some new people that just joined in, but where exactly can we find the book and where can we purchase it at? Because
okay, I'm going to type the link. Thank you. I'm going to type the link in my book. But if you go on Amazon, you can do www.amazon.com/author/Sarah McGriff, or you can just look my name up, or you can just look up the title of the book. I don't know if anybody can see it. Mine's The Troubled Water. And it will be there. It's $20. And it's also available ebook for $4 and some change, I believe. So, but yes, it's definitely available there to read, and I can put the link in.
Okay, I'll make sure I had it in the comments
real
people
quick.
can look it up afterwards. But that is such an amazing topic to talk about. As I just say that because I'm a
Yes.
boy mom, but but that is something we really need. So, do you have any other upcoming projects that you're working on, or just kind of?
I do. Yes, I do have some upcoming projects.
Oh, that would be good. The middle school, yeah, middle
Um,
school. That would,
you know what? Someone just said I want there's a way to get that book on. I hope so. I would definitely
yeah,
try
that
to
would be
see if
something
that. I mean, if
amazing.
you want to reach out to me afterwards, I could definitely see, try to get that available because it's definitely a must read for teenagers and preteens.
Yeah.
So I have some upcoming projects coming up. I actually started my production company called Feel the Real Production.
Okay.
And so what I want to do is not only stay as an author, I want to branch off into videography and filmmaking and screenwriting and directing. And so I actually have a campaign coming up to really gear it towards African American women and just trying to support each other
Yeah.
and also discuss the reasonings as to why we don't support each other, especially when you're seeing
Oop.
someone else doing good and you
Yeah.
you think you should be on
Right
that
now.
level and you're not on that level. But it's and my friend puts it great. She says it perfectly. That those two, envy and jealousy, and I see that a lot amongst not just women, but particularly Black women. We should be clapping for each other. And so the name of the campaign, and I'm actually going to turn it to a web series. It's called "Damn Sis, You Can Still Clap."
Ooh.
And if you go on my page, my personal page, I know, kind of blunt, but I mean,
It needs to
it
be.
needs to be told. It needs to be told. It needs to be said. So what I've going to do is just get some Black women, interview them about their struggles, in their fields and how we can stop hating on each other and just pretty much start supporting each other. And I'm hoping to have that, praying to have that out during Black History Month of
Okay.
next year. So
I'm gonna follow up.
I'm so excited about the project.
I'm like taking notes. I'm
I'm
like,
so
all right, let me
excited about.
follow. All right.
Yes, I'm so excited about this project, and I'm just blessed to God that He placed this on my heart because I really feel, with everything that's going on in 2020, the whole pandemic, everyone, I just think that we really need this right now, especially Black women. We've just elected our first African American Indian vice president. Go Kamala! So I'm just and it's just really time to uplift each other, and just looking at all of the negative things that have happened to Black women this past year. With Breonna Taylor,
Yeah.
And just the past years, just when our Black women just being shunned upon and being ignored and being called out for stereotypes in our community that
Mm-hmm.
are not necessarily true, and our lives and our existence should not be based on those stereotypes. So I think it's really time for Black women to uplift each other so that the world can start uplifting us
Right.
also, and recognizing our strengths and the godliness that He created in us. So that's my focus, and that's my next project, and I'm so blessed and excited
I'm excited to
to
see that
do
come out.
this.
Okay, so last thing I'm gonna ask you. So for everyone listening in and future, where can we find you? Websites, social media, hanging out, wherever at.
Okay, so you can follow me, Sarah Carmele, on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook under Sarah Carmele McGriff.
Okay.
I just recently started my page Feel the Real Productions. I haven't really posted anything on it. I'm in the works of trying to get some campaign stuff done with my PR rep. And I'm also in the process of getting my website built up. I had to start all over from scratch because it crashed the other day when I was trying to build it. Yeah. See, I was trying to get it done and run up last week, but I will definitely, if you just follow my page, Sarah Carmele, I will definitely be putting updates about everything and what I'm doing, and you could definitely follow me from there, and like and share everything that I'm for my future projects.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man, for coming on, and I'm glad we got to work. I was stressed out a little bit because Instagram's been giving me issues.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad we can finally catch each other, and I apologize again about the email.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I know things happen.
Yeah. But I will let you go. I'm gonna add everything in the comment section. Not comment. I think I'm on Facebook. I'm gonna add everything in the content section so people know where to find you and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be back in touch.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for In the Hot Seat. As you can tell, this is Monday. It's still throwing me off that it's Monday. If you want to sign up, it's still on Wednesday under the events, but now you can choose the day, the time, if you want to be on Facebook and Instagram. So, yeah. So that's all there is to it. Y'all send a message, most likely email, because I'm honestly terrible at checking social media. But there's that. It's on the website if you'd like to sign up to be in the hot seat. Otherwise, I will see y'all later. Thank you guys for tuning in.